Welcome to Journey to Joy Live. I'm Dr. N. Joy, your host, bringing to you episode 22. Thank you so much for joining, for listening, whether you listen while it's live or you listen afterwards or you watch on YouTube or Spotify or Instagram. I'm everywhere. I'm just trying to spread the word of joy, that we can choose joy, that we can enter this journey towards joy together, and that we can experience happiness, fulfillment, empowerment in our lives. We don't have to be stressed. We don't have to be depressed. We don't have to be anxious. We don't have to succumb to psychosis or bipolar. This is why I'm here. I'm here spending my time with you all on Thursdays at 7 p.m. so that we can break down the stigma of mental illness, the stigma that you can't talk about it, or I need to hide, or that I'm going to be judged. Let's get comfortable talking about uncomfortable subjects. So the last few weeks, I've been talking about joy and how to navigate from grief to joy, from anger to joy, from stress to joy. How do we navigate through our traumas? Just the end result is always joy. And my name is Joy. So, of course, that's what I talk about. It just makes sense. Today is about navigating holiday stress. We just got through our Thanksgiving holiday, which I hope you all enjoyed. But if you didn't enjoy, well, hey, that's why I'm here talking about how we can navigate through holiday stress. Because a lot of times, holidays can be stressful for whatever reason, even though they're supposed to be happy. I think a lot of us experience happiness and joy and excitement. A lot of us get some days off, especially the kids. The kids are really happy because they get days off from school. The teachers are happy because they're getting days off from work. Some of us are working through the holidays and it continues to be stressful. There continues to be overcommitment and just things that are just weighing in on you that makes it so that you cannot experience joy, which is why I'm talking about it. We only have a few more weeks until Christmas. I have no idea where the year has gone. Literally, I feel like the year just started. In fact, I was hugely pregnant at the beginning of this year. The fact that we only have one more month of this year, wow, time just goes by really fast. And that's another reason why we all need to commit to joy and commit to the journey to joy, because time is just going. So we need to cherish our life, cherish time, cherish everything while we can, and try to experience joy as best as we can. Because do you want to be stressed? Do you want to be angry? Do you want to be anxious? Do you want to be depressed? Do you want to stay depressed? Do you want to stay angry? I feel like the answer is no. Now, if you don't believe you can experience joy, that's different, but that's why we need to get to a point where we challenge our thoughts, as I always talk about, and reframe that belief that I can't experience joy and re-script our internal dialogue. We all have an internal dialogue. And I mean the thoughts. Sometimes our internal dialogue includes intrusive thoughts, which we can't control. And sometimes our internal dialogue gets muddied with hallucinations. And that's different, right? If you're having intrusive thoughts that you can't control or stop, or hallucinations, that's definitely a sign that you need to see someone. But anyhow, we need to re-script our internal dialogue. A lot of us, our internal dialogue is telling us, you suck, you can't experience joy, you're always going to be depressed, you can never get that awesome job, you'll never be anything in life. And that's just your own thoughts telling you that. And why is that okay? Why? You don't tell everybody else that, so why are you going to tell yourself that? That's not fair. So find a new script for your internal dialogue. All right, so let's get into navigating through holiday stress. Why are we so stressed around the holidays? We experience stress, but that's why I kind of bring some thoughts to you. But yeah, Come when I'm live. If you're listening to this while and it's already done came by, come when I'm live. Ask some questions. But yeah, so anyway, why are we so stressed out on holidays? I think the number one reason we're stressed out is because the financial pressure is so much more stress and so much more expectations that come to us during the holidays, so much more that we have to do, so much more money that we need to spend. There's just always this pressure, these added expenses that we got to give gifts, or that we have to travel and see that family member, or that we have to host. We love hosting. I can't say it's completely stress-free, but we do have the pressure that we need to bring the men way. Oh yeah, the men they always have the best parties. So it kind of feels like we have to like meet up to our expectation of the previous year. My baby shower last December was over the top, overboard, and ridiculous. We had a bartender, we had a DJ, we had a waiter, a whole heated tent in the backyard. And it was in December, so it was a holiday party. It was holiday themed. This is just a baby shower. So that pressure was definitely there. And afterwards, we're like, oh, we still have to buy gifts for the kids and gifts for these people and gifts for that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because that's expected of us. We just have to do it. Says who? Why is that? Why is that such a thing? So to be honest, I actually don't give too many gifts. I give gifts for my kids and my husband, but I don't give gifts to extended family members or friends. My mom sometimes gets a gift, but the way I see it and the way I kind of present that to people is that my presence is your present, because it stresses me out trying to find gifts for everybody. And I'm last minute, because that's one of the things as far as trying to tell you how you can combat that financial pressure is to start early. Honestly, if it's November 30th and you're listening and you haven't bought gifts yet, telling you to start early probably isn't helpful. Although when I buy gifts, I definitely wait till like December 23rd. So technically telling a person like that to start early this weekend actually would be early. Anyhow, the point is that you should start early and plan ahead, set a budget, and that is what can minimize that financial pressure. Because if you plan ahead over time and have a budget for it, or decide I'm just not going to get gifts this year and be okay with it, that also helps with that financial pressure, especially if you need to travel far away or drive or fly or whatever. That's the one thing I don't have to worry about is buy my sister. Hey, no, you buy me a gift. I said I don't buy gifts, but you buy me a gift. I'm kidding. My sister made a comment. That's true. No, that's true. Because I don't buy gifts, I don't expect to get gifts. So that's true. Secret Santa is cool. Secret Santa is cool. Or you mentioned White Elephant as well. So if you have a big family and you guys are getting together, it's like, oh my God, I have to buy 20 Christmas gifts? No. Suggesting White Elephant or Secret Santa is definitely a good idea, because then you're buying that one gift, you're limiting it to a certain amount, and then you don't have to worry about it. I mean, White Elephant has a whole nother stressor, because it's like you get a gift that you want and then somebody is able to steal the gift. It's like, oh, but that's fun stressing, hopefully. Yay, my sister's here. So other stressors around the holiday, family dynamics. Oh man. So there's usually that family member that you might encounter only during the holidays. Uncle, cousin, sister, maybe you haven't spoken to your parents in a long time, whoever that family member is. Or maybe since that other family member is stressed out because they have the holiday blues and they have holiday stress, then they're stressing you out because they're triggered by something. And then now you're triggered because they're not feeling so well. So family dynamics in general can lead to tension and conflicts, different personalities, just different histories, just all mixing, y'all all just upset and stressed. That can definitely cause holiday stress. I mean, how do we get around that? How do we get around family dynamics? Setting realistic expectations for family interactions. If you need to not visit that family member this year, then that's okay. Or don't expect a certain thing from them when you know it's not going to happen, then that's okay too. What should we do if two people are there and they're beefed out? Oh, right. So that kind of creates an awkward situation because maybe it's not you that's beefing with that family member, but the two other family members are beefing. I say don't put yourself in the middle of it, right? And if it's possible to avoid it, then do so. Also, you could talk to talk to them individually as if you normally would. If they're beefing out that much, you're not going to try to put them in the same room. I know the situation you're talking about is kind of like a elephant in the room situation, so I don't think those people are like arguing and beating each other up, but there are family dynamics where that does happen as well. Oh, you saying so don't invite them both. Hey, yeah. If you're the one hosting and you feel like two people are beefing out and it's going to cause issues, that is an option. Not inviting both of them or telling one of them that the time of the event is a certain time and another person arrives later. Or what would I do? I guess it depends on who it is because since I'm a psychiatrist, I might actually try to talk to both of them and see if they could work it out. But then again, that's stressful. It's not on you to try to work it out for them, right? So I think that, it really just depends on you and it really depends on how severe the family dynamic is, whether you keep your distance or you don't go or you don't invite them both or you try to interfere. So that's tough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You said it's still heavy. Exactly. Have an exit plan. If tensions arise in general, I'm talking to you too, but in general, for any family dynamics that cause so much tension, have a plan like, okay, I'm going to get the kids ready and we're going to go out. Because there are some people who get around family and people start to cussing and throwing some turkey legs at each other. That does happen. And establish boundaries and just communicate openly. So, yeah, talking to people and letting them know how you really feel. Yeah, that's some good thoughts there. Thank you for commenting. Yay. Um, there's a lot of social expectations around the holidays that cause us to be stressful. Just in general, like as we're talking about how we have to go visit family or be around family. There's just this societal pressure to create a perfect holiday experience that leads to stress about decorating meals and gifts. And of course, we're talking about holiday stress. I'm not talking to the people who this is so exciting for them to decorate and it's so exciting for them to experience the holiday experience. I mean, I've chosen my journey to joy. So for me, the holidays are stress-free. I love decorating. We decorated right before Thanksgiving. I get excited about the meals. Okay, well, now being in the kitchen for 5 hours straight on my feet just to cook 2 dishes on Thanksgiving, that wasn't amazing. But the aftermath and cooking and eating the food, that was great. And it does get exciting seeing others open up gifts. So that's really exciting for me. But anyway, the point of this is for people who do experience holiday stress. So these social expectations and societal pressures do get to certain people of needing to decorate and needing to create these awesome fancy meals and gifts. Well, to be honest, if it really is that stressful for you, ask yourself what part of Christmas or the holidays or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, what part of it does feel good to you? Will it feel good for you not to decorate? Or once you decorate, does it feel nice to see the lights and it actually feels good, but yeah, it's just hard to do the decorating? Can you invite a friend over that can help you decorate? Can you invite a friend or family and have them cook? Or maybe not host this year and go to somebody else's house. Those are some ways to get beyond that. Just simplify the traditions and focus on meaningful activities. You don't have to do every single thing and embrace the imperfections. Why do you have to be so perfect? Don't make perfection the goal because that's not the goal. You can't be perfect. Money, lots of dollar signs is the only stress, right? So financial stress Financial pressures is a stressor. Yeah, we decided to do a financial money freeze or spending freeze this last 2 months of the year, which is like crazy. Like, how do you do that around the holidays? Well, we can't. And we told our son, look, we're on a spending freeze and he has not asked for any fast food or anything. I mean, he'll probably get like 1 or 2 gifts, but we're really not planning. I forget who I told this to. I don't think I said this on here, but my 3-year-old just had a birthday and he got a lot of gifts for his birthday. So we set aside half of the gifts. They're right here. And we're going to wrap them up and put them under the tree. So guess who bought his Christmas gifts? Not us, other people. Oh, they're probably watching this. Yes, thank you for the gifts. The birthday gifts have turned into Christmas gifts. Yay. But yeah, spending credit cards. Yes, you're right. That is definitely when you have financial pressure or pressure to buy certain things around the holidays, you're racking up credit cards. And then there's that stress that builds up even after the holidays because you're now looking at your balance like, oh my God, where did that money go? Where did my credit limit go? What is going on? But yeah, being smart about that. And that's where the planning ahead comes in. If you can't use cash or debit card, it's not worth your spending. It's not worth your money because credit cards at the end of the day is not your money. Do not use credit cards for the holidays. And that's where the boundaries come in at. Being able to say no. Like, you know what? No, I don't want to be a part of your Secret Santa. No, I will not bring a gift. I can't bring a gift. And just being open, honest, and communicating that. I think it's important to definitely communicate that. Other things that lead to stress, loneliness. A lot of us feel lonely during the holidays, feel isolated. Loneliness can just get so intensified because maybe you've lost someone and you're experiencing grief and sadness. And that person that was with you during the last holiday is not with you during this holiday. Or maybe your loneliness is not because of grief and loss, but it's because you don't have anyone to spend the holidays with. You're divorced, which that's a loss, or single and haven't been married and looking at everybody else with their family, or you wish to be a parent, you're not able to, or you are a parent and you have an empty nest and they've gone on to college and they're like, no, I'm going to go abroad for this exciting trip and I'm not coming home for Christmas. And therefore you're feeling lonely. So there's definitely a lot of reasons to feel lonely. Try to connect with friends as best you can. Try to go to some community events, support groups. There's always something going on for the holidays. Of course, we talked about limiting our spending, so you don't always have to use money for community events. There's a lot of free events, light shows, just driving around and looking at the lights, listening to music, volunteering. Volunteering and engaging in activities can bring joy. So think about what brings you joy. Why does the holidays have to be any different? And so try to experience that. Planning virtual gatherings. Maybe you're feeling lonely because, like I said, the family member is gone, they're out of the country, have someone away in the military, whatever. Try to do those virtual gatherings. Zoom. I mean, Zoom is huge nowadays. So it's definitely easy to feel connected with people, especially if you're FaceTime and WhatsApping, whatever you might do. And as far as grief and loss, try your best to honor their memory. They're still with you in your heart. They're still with you in your mind. Honor them in a meaningful way, whatever that means. Create new traditions. They're not with you anymore. And now you can create a new tradition without them, but still experiencing their presence. If you want to keep a chair available for them at the dinner table, hey, that's my dad's chair. He usually would sit there and have it there. Put something silly on the chair so that reminds you of dad, so that makes you laugh. Because that person normally would have made you laugh anyway. Try to create new traditions to acknowledge that loss exists. And if you need to, seeking support from friends, family, a counselor. What I really like is that for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, I lost my 2 grandmothers and my dad in the same year, in 2021, 2 years ago. My mom's mom died on Mother's Day, and my dad's mom died around Labor Day. My dad died a few days before Thanksgiving. There's a lot of holidays mixed up in that. Anyhow, the way I honor my grandmothers, who both died at age 96, my dad's mom just threw down a cornbread dressing. I loved her cornbread dressing. On Thanksgiving, we will always go to my first grandma's house, my mom's mom, then we would go visit my dad's mom. It was just so exciting. She just had this cornbread dressing. And then my mom's mom would always make the mac and cheese. So what do? I have their recipe and I create my mom's mac and cheese, and I create the cornbread dressing for my dad's mom. And that's why it's so important for me to create those dishes every year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, because it's me bringing that tradition now. And then I add my little tidbit recipes. Like I throw the whole 2 cans of sage in that cornbread dressing. And I put so much sausage inside the cornbread dressing. I don't think she used sausage at all, but you best believe I'm putting some maple sausage. Yes, sis, you will be here for Christmas and I'm going to make it for you. And then I put some special stuff in the mac and cheese. So make it exciting. Make it exciting. Unfortunately, death is a part of life. It's going to happen. It's sad. It's upsetting. It's worrisome. It's fearful. It's all the emotions, but we can make the most of it. And you can still experience joy in your loss, joy in your grief. It is possible. Trust me. What else with holiday stress? Time pressure. Ugh, the demands of like projects, needing to plan and organize, different tasks that you might have that may be demanding of you before you get away and experience your holiday. Plan it. Plan in advance, organize, prioritize. So the week before Thanksgiving was my big stress week for me, but I just had to plan that out as best as I could. I'm just glad that that's over. But break tasks into smaller ones, manageable steps, because you can do it. Create lists, delegate tasks to others when you can, especially if it's a work thing. There's always, or hopefully there's someone you can task it to. Otherwise, that time pressure can get to you if you are not prioritizing and organizing. There's also unrealistic expectations that we might experience during the holidays that create stress. At times, we're expected to just be perfect and live up to this nostalgic idea that can set unrealistic expectations, leading to disappointment. So that really goes back to not expecting to be perfect and having those boundaries and saying no. Reflect on the positive moments that are there. They're there. Find that silver lining. Find that small glimmer of joy rather than dwelling on the imperfections. I know for me, when I decorate the tree, I just put stuff anywhere. It doesn't have to be organized. I don't have to do certain color patterns. I just throw it up there. That just brings me joy just seeing it. Oh, you know what else brings me joy? Do you notice that the colors of my brand and of my social media presence is purple, pink, and teal colors, bright, vibrant colors bring me joy. So maybe for some people, it might be like, whoa, what are all those clashing colors? But I love color blocking. That brings me joy. So I hope it brings you joy too. What else for holiday stress? So we said unrealistic expectations, time pressure, grief and loss, health concerns. Health concerns can be all year long. You said, ask Marvin about his perfect tree decorating. Ah, my sister made a comment. Yeah, well, you both of you have this perfect tree decorating. But honestly, that's what brings you joy, is being organized. But then don't fret it if it doesn't get as organized as you want it to. So I think that's what this is about, is that if being organized stresses you out, then chill out. Okay, so I was saying the health concerns can get in the way because maybe around the holidays, whether the health concerns get worse or it's impacting you mentally more because you're just like, I can't do this because I thought I'd be able to do it, but I had a stroke, or I just got this recent diagnosis. Prioritizing self-care. including adequate sleep, nutrition, practicing good hygiene to prevent illness in the first place, or good hygiene and a balanced diet, nutrition, sleep, whatever you need to do to make what you already have better and to heal. And seeking medical advice promptly if you need. If something's changed in your body and you're like, what is this? Please seek professional help. Lastly, what was I saying earlier? This year has gone by so fast. So a lot of times we get to December, tomorrow's December 1st, and we're like thinking about the year and thinking about our list that we made, what we should have done at the beginning of the year. We wanted to complete in 2023 and it hasn't gotten done. And now we're sad because I didn't lose that 20 pounds I wanted to lose. I didn't get that job I wanted to get. I didn't pass that test I wanted to pass. And so now you're just so sad and you're just like, and you're just angry at yourself and you're just beating yourself up. And the more and more that tornadoes in your mind, you just far from joy at that point. So think about it. Like I said, switch that internal dialogue. Instead of going down the spiral of negativity, say, you know what? How can I reframe this? We got 31 more days of the year. What can I do from my list in the next 31 days? Instead of waiting to January 1st and say, you know what, 2024, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. What can you do in the next 31 days that you haven't done all year? And you can say you done checked that off in 2023. What is that? Figure that out and do it as you reflect this past year. And give yourself some credit. There's something you did that was great this year. There's something you did that was positive, that was good. It's all right. Cut yourself some slack because a lot of times you are in your own way. You can be your own obstacle to joy. Celebrate achievements, big and small. Set realistic goals for the upcoming year. So if you have some type of goal that just wasn't that realistic, maybe you were reaching too high for your expectations, or maybe you just weren't able to, or maybe you forgot, or maybe you just didn't do it, and that's okay. You got another year. You can do it. Or maybe it's something you can complete within this last month of the year. Practice self-compassion and acknowledge growth. I almost talked about pure self-compassion this whole talk for today, but I decided to change it to holiday stress. We can actually talk a long time about self-compassion. So maybe that'll come soon. Anyhow, I've been talking a lot already. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for viewing. I really love talking to you all. So always bring your comments and questions. I'll be talking more about holiday blues as well as seasonal affective disorder, because that's a real thing for sure around these holidays and it getting dark so early. All right. Well, thank you. And I will see you next time.